colors just turned orange.
That's not a good thing. That means the computer. Don't touch anything. Stop touching. Horrible.
Oh, I did.
You're not allowed to touch anything. You're not allowed to touch anything anyway. What's happening, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of Nerd Word, where the nerd is the word. I am African American.
And I am totally Caucasian.
And I'm not on that boat. I'm just Fireball.
I have been lying to a lot of people my entire life. I'm actually not Jacob. I'm actually Matt Jones, a.k.a. the Badger, from the Breaking Bad. And I come to Ohio.
So welcome to another Nerd Word, where we're going to be talking about some nerd stuff before Jake starts going on a tangent that's stupid. How is everybody
Your
doing?
Your mom is stupid.
She watches this. You better watch it. She's going to kick your ass.
Yeah, she'll stab you in your sleep, but that stabbing will be me.
I will beat you in bar trivia. Josh's mom.
Anyway, how's everybody doing this weekend?
Well, I was doing good until you cut Jake's spiel off. I was trying to hear what he had to say.
Fireball, how are you doing?
Great.
I'm doing well as well.
I fucking hate you. Like, you say that to us all the time, but, like, I actually hate you. You won't let me touch buttons. You won't let me unmute the mic that I've done for every show besides one.
2. Oh, doing good, Gabby. How are you doing?
Gabby!
The Gabbler.
The Gabblesteins.
The Gabblesteins.
I like that one. That's a good one.
Gabblesteins.
Will we get banned if I request an FU Josh in the chat?
Can we get an F in the chat banned for Luckett?
Because I have the power and the authority to ban anybody. Because I am Supreme Banner. Bruce Banner.
Can you ban Iggy? I think we're all about sick.
Well, she's not in here.
She can still get banned
from the podcast.
Yeah.
Says the person
Stay away from my DVD collection. I know you were staring at it.
Says the person who owns Daddy's Home too.
You know what?
Let's get into the show.
I don't want to do this show anymore.
All right.
You have sucked the joy out of this show. It's like, never mind. Never mind. So GTA 6 is finally a thing.
Yeah,
for real.
Finally.
That's confirmed?
It's finally in development. And it only took 3 generations of gaming. What came out on the 360, and then like the PlayStation 3, and then the Xbox One, and then.
But the thing is, though, with GTA 6. GTA 5 is still one of the best-selling games out there.
It is.
It's still one of the most popular. It's still one of the most heavily played.
It is.
That dragged out. So the amount of time between 5 and 6 was completely appropriate. You don't drop 6 if 5's still making a ton of money. You drop 6 when you start to run out of money and people are dropping off. It's like, all right, give them a new one. We need more.
Well, let's see, even with even GTA 5 and also Red Dead Redemption 2, which is also a Rockstar game, money is still never going to be... it's never going to drop. It's never going to drop with Rockstar.
They're going to keep it going.
But people have been wanting a GTA 6, or at least wanting news on GTA 6 for the last couple of years, and we're just now finally getting something solid. There's always been teasers and new DLCs and new additions to GTA 5.
Completely agree. It's not like the meme with who's the developer for Skyrim. Bethesda.
Yeah.
Every time there's a Bethesda announcement, it's always Skyrim.
Yeah.
Skyrim VR. Skyrim on your iPhone. Skyrim on his Android that he didn't mute. Now Skyrim's available on the Android Play Store.
Yeah.
Like, I'm super hyped about it. I was a few days late on it. When I finally saw the news on my YouTube feed, I texted Josh. I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
This is a thing that's finally happening. I've been waiting for GTA 6 for the last 3 years. I got super bored with online.
Yeah.
And it's like,
When they do have the new DLC, the Doctor Strange, Dr. Dre editions, but still, we want something new. New is now.
The
is
time
now.
for new is nigh.
No, it's now, not nigh.
Nigh is now.
No, it's not. It's
Now
never.
is nigh.
It's never.
So is it Bill Now, the science guy?
Bill Nye is now.
But when is now? But then.
Nigh is no.
Nigh is not no. Nigh is nigh.
No
Nigh
is no.
now.
It's not now.
Nah.
But
Nigh
when
is die.
But when is now?
Now is nigh.
Now is now. Now.
Now is now.
Yeah.
But when is now in the now that you were talking about?
And when
Soon.
does now become nigh?
when
When
it's
is-
nigh and now is now nigh.
But soon is now.
Nah.
No, it's not. What do you think about this new GTA 6? How do you feel about it,
It would
Guy
be now.
man?
To be honest, I couldn't really care less about it.
All right, so
Like,
Fireball.
Hold on now.
Sure, there's reasoning
Before
for
I
that.
get hate, I think GTA 5 is already like near perfect. Like, I mean, yes, maybe new story could be cool and stuff, but like, I love the GTA 5 online. Like, we don't really need anything else on that side.
Well, of course, I don't need
I
anything
don't
else
think.
on GTA 5, yes, but GTA
No,
6.
on the online side of GTA, period.
Oh, we don't. Well, yeah, but GTA 6. I think there were rumors, at least a while back, that you were able to travel from different cities, like to like Vice City, Liberty City, like actually freely travel from one area to the next. So it's just not
Okay.
all Los Santos and.
That could be cool. That could be pretty
Yeah,
cool.
so you can actually, but that again, those were rumors that from a while ago. But then again, for it taking so long to be in development, maybe that could be why, because they have so many different areas that we can explore in GTA, and also they were probably waiting for the next gen power to be able to do that.
To be able to run that size of a game.
Yeah, because imagine having such a huge game and playing it still like on PlayStation 4 or Xbox One.
Imagine trying to play GTA on a Game Boy.
That's pretty much what it would be like.
Hey, I've done that. Don't judge.
The
Really?
original-
There, I think there was a GTA.
Maybe the
There was
originals.
GTA game. Yeah. There
One and
were.
two.
1 and 2 were on the Game Boy.
Yeah, but no one
Whoa.
really cares about that.
weren't 1 and 2 like a
People like
top
me do.
down?
Yeah, they were just
Yeah.
top down. They were real basic, but they were great.
I still haven't played those.
They're
I
good.
haven't played the first two. I have played 3, 4, 5, 7, 11, 18.
All of them.
Yeah.
Except them.
San Andreas, I'm guessing.
San Andreas, yes.
Vice City.
Yes. I've played
Liberty
them.
City Stories.
Especially the definitive edition, which released a couple of months ago. I played that. I got that on my my Xbox. So
I haven't really played many of them. I've only ever played San Andreas and 5.
you didn't.
I would
That's it.
say a lot of people, that's what a lot of people have done. They skip 4 entirely. Not a lot of people like the whole storyline with the Eastern European character. And
Yeah,
I thought it was good. Nico Bellic. It was a good
Yeah.
game.
it was different. I still wouldn't put it in the same category as 5 because 5 is just it's groundbreaking.
Yeah.
it all transitions, right? So, like, 3 is super dark. I mean, Vice City, which is its own little kind of thing. But, like, the numerical sequels, like, going from 3 to 4 to 5 feels good.
Yeah,
Like,
Giggity.
it feels like they should happen the way they happen. So.
With the evolution of those games from 1 till now, they've each gotten better. I mean,
Yeah.
so imagine we didn't think 5 could be that groundbreaking, but it is. What are they going to do with 6 that makes 5 obsolete?
Yeah, that's
They might really kick it up a notch.
because they've all actually had some type of increase. Because 3, if you go play 3, it's like a barren wasteland with a couple of buildings. It's not
Yeah.
as expansive. It feels small,
Mhm.
but you know, for the time where it first came out, it was huge because it was the first not top down 3D
Mhm.
GTA. So it was
Right.
groundbreaking for its time. But then you play Vice City, it feels a little bit bigger, and then you get San Andreas. I think San Andreas was like the pinnacle of like those of the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Like, you couldn't get any better. And then 4, which was better than of course the last one, and 5, which was just mind blowing.
So 6 is going to make heads explode.
It has to, because how else would you come if
Yeah, how
if
do
you
you
come
top that?
anything less than that, even equal to GTA 5. If it's equal to GTA 5, it'd be a waste because we
Yeah.
still wasted 3 generations of gaming for the same game.
Mm-hmm.
So it has to be better.
You know, I mean, I think you take the PC versions and the PC mods away with all the realism and all the graphical enhancements,
Yeah,
because as GTA 5 has existed, there's been huge leaps in video cards and stuff like that, and modders have been adjusting their graphics since.
yes,
GTA has always been a console-based game.
Mhm.
That's its own. So, I mean, like, I think we'll see maybe something that looks a little bit more like what PC players have gotten through mods.
Yeah.
I think we're going to see more massive maps. I think we're going to see something maybe twice the size of what we got in Red Dead 2.
That would be huge.
Whoa.
Red Dead 2 was huge.
But, you know, I mean, we were shitting on Rockstar for their development, but I mean, like, GTA 5 was in development for a long, like, immediately when 4 hit.
Yeah.
That entire span, they were still building it. And the game's gotten patches, like, I think it came out, like, what, 2013 or 14?
Let me fact
Yeah, I
check
think
that.
2013 sounds right.
So it's almost gone. It's gone almost
It's been
a
a
decade.
while.
Yeah. Yeah, 2013, yeah.
With patches and enhancements and new versions with PS4 and Xbox One.
Yeah.
Going over to the PC, like, and GTA Online's been supported since day one with new content. And
Yeah.
new storylines and all the stuff that they're doing with that. So, I mean, like, while that was all going on, they've been building GTA 6. Like, if GTA 6 does not meet Rockstar's expectations, like, that's the expectations that come with Rockstar, like, that's on them.
Well, so far, I don't think there'll be any issues because they've hit a home run and they've increased every time, especially with like go from GTA 5 to Red Dead Redemption 2.
Yeah.
It's like wow. But then again, I think Red Dead Redemption actually came after GTA 5. I think it's the first Red Dead Redemption, did it?
Red Dead Redemption 1 came out after 4.
Really?
After 4, if I'm remembering correctly, yes.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, Red Dead Redemption
'Cause
came
it
out in
was
2013.
On PlayStation 3, and then I think GTA 5 came out like that spring.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, Red Dead came out 2010. So yeah, 3 years later, GTA 3, and then 2018 we get Red Dead Redemption 2, which was just wow. 8 years after it's the original, so I feel like they'll be able to make it a little bit more immersive. That'd be fun.
you know, just going on the patterns and stuff like that, like, that's what everybody should be expecting, right?
Yeah.
Like, I love Rockstar. Been a huge fan of Rockstar since I was a teenager. Like, it's just...
So what are some...
I got high hopes.
What are some things that we want to see in this? If we had an opportunity, if we had a hand in it, what are some things that we would like to see in it? Julian?
I would like to see a whole lot more weaponry.
That's what I was thinking.
I want crazier weapons, like some Saints Row type stuff.
Well, you got Saints Row for that, though.
Probably not anymore, though.
You got yeah.
The new Saints Row, I don't think it's gonna be as over the top as the other ones.
They say that it is in some of the interviews. They say that it is.
A lot of people are talking about it. It's a whole nother game.
Well,
we'll have to see about that. But like, I love in GTA 5 like the Unholy Hellbringer and the Up and Atomizer, like the laser guns and all those.
Right.
I want more of those.
More. Okay.
I think that'd be cool.
Fireball. What are some things that you would like to see if you had a hand in GTA 6?
More hookers.
Every street corner.
Every corner has to have a hooker or I'm not playing it.
Oh, fair enough. You want more hookers.
And you gotta not be able to pick some of them up because I like the chase.
No, being dead serious, what I really would like to see from GTA 6 would be, like, fix the cop system. Like, you know, the cops will get out of their car and shoot you if you jaywalk. Like, don't do that. Make it more believable and realistic. And with the technology nowadays, I think they can.
Yeah.
You know, if you blow through a stoplight, yeah, you should have a cop chasing you. But if you just pull up and punch somebody and there's not a cop around, you shouldn't have cops chasing you for punching somebody.
Did you?
I do that all the time.
Have you played any of the Mafia games?
Mafia was good.
I played Mafia
I was gonna
3.
say Mafia. Well, even in Mafia 3, you can't drive erratically if there's a police presence around. You have to stop at stop signs. You have to stop at stoplights. They got a speed limit sign that existed in one of the games where you had to actually travel the speed limit with the speedometer. That was 2.
Yeah, I think so. Because I played one recently and none of those apply. Like I'd be speeding in front of, but I do vaguely remember that in 2. I don't know about. They may have fixed that from 2 and 3, but I remember 1. You pretty much can. I think they were just trying to copy GTA. You could pretty much just do whatever you want.
But I mean, like the game developers have exploited that before, but bring that into GTA.
Yeah.
That's fair. That's fair.
Well, what about you? What would be something that you would like to see in GTA if you could?
Don't be Mafia 3.
Don't be Mafia 3.
Meaning. Well, so I mean, like, have you played Mafia 3?
A little bit, yeah.
A little bit. It's got a really great story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you're going to do that single-player experience where you're driving and you're going from mission to mission and you're building your empire, great story. But it's just so incredibly boring.
Really?
The entire game just feels boring. And it's set in New Orleans. It's set during Jim Crow era. They built this incredibly well-crafted story around it. It took a really long time for me to play through that game.
Really? Because that's actually disappointing. Because I've played Mafia 2 multiple times.
Yeah.
I played the first Mafia recently for the first time, and I thought it was great. It took me a couple months to beat it, only because there were so many other games to play. But yeah, I thought the first one was good. I've tried Mafia 3 a couple of times, and I got into it, but never got around to being like, yeah, I'm going to finish this. I see what you're saying.
There's things that I enjoyed in Mafia. Like, they had a really good stealth system. I love the crime syndicate aspect of it and managing the businesses. It's kind of like, from a sports perspective, like running a franchise. If you're a Madden player, an NBA player. So, I mean, all that stuff's really cool. It just, it didn't really, as much as I thought that era and time period that it picked would intrigue me, it just, like, it didn't really intrigue me.
I get that.
Totally makes sense.
It did kind of seem like a gloomy game. Like, it was kind of dark.
Well,
yeah. Made it hard to be excited about anything in it, you know?
I totally feels that. I lost my thing.
You done lost it.
I done lost it. I lost my my thing that had all the things on it.
I'll go put flyers on the light posts.
But moving on, we got
Have you seen Josh's thing?
Are we going to spend any time talking about the Barbie movie?
Yes, that's the next thing. That's the next topic. I'm a Barbie girl in a Barbie world. Margot Robbie. Moving on.
Okay, so that's it. Barbie movie. Moving on.
But there are some other things that I want to talk about coming up. Obi-Wan is one of them, but there's something else I want to talk about before that, because I want to segue Obi-Wan into some other things of starring Wars. But another thing upcoming is the Black Adam movie.
Mm-hmm.
And there has been some new leaked footage and new leaked images of some characters. One obviously being some images of the man himself, Black Adam, the Rock, Dwayne Johnson. That's exciting. And there are some other characters that I didn't even know that were making an appearance. We got Pierce Brosnan. Pierce
James Bond himself
playing the one and only Dr. Fate.
Oh.
And there have been some yeah, straight out the comics too. Yeah, he looks beautiful. We also got Aldress Hodge, who is playing Hawkman.
Ooh, Hawkman, finally.
Ooh, man, and he looks good too.
I gotta see this.
I think also Dr. Adam. I think that's what it is. His name is am I right? Is that not Dr. Adam? Adam Smasher. I think that's what it is. Is that his name?
Or just the Adam?
No, I actually think it's Adam. I don't know. I'm not.
Depends on who you're talking about.
Well, it's DC character, obviously.
We went over a lot of DC characters in there.
Well, no, for the Black Adam movie, there have been some new characters that were released for the Black Adam movie, and I think one of them was I just said her name, Adam Smasher. I think I could be wrong. And then there's a whole list of characters. Yeah, Adam Smasher and Cyclone were also added to the roster, and they are looking good. The first look of the Justice Society.
Dude, we're getting a live action Dr. Fate. That's so exciting.
You know, I'm sorry, but I'm more excited about Hawkman. We've never had a live action Hawkman.
Well, I don't think
he's
any
an
of those
original Justice League member.
Yeah, he should have been in the original Justice League. Don't know why he didn't. But
I mean, we've already seen Martian Manhunter, and we haven't even seen Hawkman yet.
Yeah, they gave us a little sneak peek of him.
Yeah.
And then also the Flash movie is coming out. Batman. DC's ready.
DC's doing it.
DC's doing it. So what are we thinking about this Black Adam movie coming out with the one and only The Rock?
I personally am very excited. I don't usually have faith in The Rock's ability in terms of serious acting, because I haven't really seen him in anything like serious.
Yeah.
But
He has though.
Based on
Yes.
the look of the character and like how intimidating he looks, I feel like he'll be able to pull it off.
Oh, I have no doubt
He
in my
will.
mind.
I think The Rock's a phenomenal actor, and I'm so glad that he's going to be Black Adam. Honestly, I would have rather seen him cast as a bigger character than Black Adam, to be truthful with you, because I fucking love Dwayne Johnson. But he's going to do it. He's going to do a good job. I think he'll be great. And knowing that these characters are also being announced as well, that's going to be one hell of a good flick. I'm ready.
Oh, yeah.
The additional DC characters have drawn me back into this movie. I had a back and forth with her friend Quentin, Zero.
Yeah.
He, I like The Rock, but Black Adam and Shazam within the universe he exists in,
Mhm.
it's one of my favorite DC stories, and I just didn't really see it with The Rock, because The Rock has been playing not super serious characters.
Yeah.
They're really happy-go-lucky and zany. He's a good actor. He's able to bring things to a level of commercial success, but as Fireball has mentioned, those inclusions of those characters, it's great.
Yeah, I'm
Like
super excited for it.
that Hawkeye still looks like something from. I hate comparing Marvel and DC, but it reminds me of when they introduced the Valkyries concept in Thor
Ragnarok.
Ragnarok.
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say Hawk World because Hawk World's a huge thing that's in.
Yeah. That's not in
Ragnarok,
the MCU. Planet Hulk and shit.
Yeah, Planet Hawk. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Um,
which character are we most excited for, though?
Hawkman, I don't need an explanation. I
Dr.
already
Fate.
did.
We kind of know why.
Good old Kent.
We know why it is, because that's the DC equivalent to Doctor Strange.
I don't think he is.
You know,
He's.
the closest thing. No, Doctor Strange is the closest thing to him, not the other way around, because
Right.
Doctor Fate would blow Doctor Strange out the water. Well,
Ah.
yes. This is not even
We
an
don't
argument.
need to have a debate.
Yeah.
Dr. Manhattan would destroy them both. That's the big doctor. That's the one doctor. Let's move on.
Well, that's
No,
not
no,
fair.
no.
Next to Doctor Who.
No,
But nobody here watches that besides me.
notice how it
Dr.
got
Seuss
really
is my
quiet.
favorite.
He said he's all about Dr. Seuss.
Dude, the Cat in the Hat would tussle with Doctor Strange, and I'm a huge Doctor Strange fan.
I
Anyways,
agree.
back on topic.
Right.
No, we're not doing back on topic.
We're going back.
Oh,
We're going
yeah,
back.
we had a topic,
No.
remember, guys?
No, not
What
the-
character are you most excited about from the Black Adam movie, Josh?
Batman.
Is he going to be in it?
Absolutely, we can discuss that later. But the Black Adam movie.
Honestly, I probably would
Like-
have to say Black Adam. Just because, A, I am a fan of The Rock, and B, this movie's been hyped up probably for about 5 years.
Yeah.
4 or 5 years. It's been a while. When did Shazam, what came out, 2018,
2017, I believe.
And they were hyping that up before then.
Maybe
2019.
Maybe.
I think it might have been
Oh
20.
yeah, January of 2019.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
for sure.
I had moved to Cincinnati and got to know all y'all because I saw it with y'all. Or not. You might have been there for Shazam.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I was.
Yeah, because
maybe.
we were still doing the huge group things, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
But even before then, Black Adam was
Yeah.
it was talked about, and it was pretty much a thing, a confirmed thing from The Rock before Shazam even came out. So
Right.
I've been hyped about it, and I've been wanting to see it, and we've just recently been able to see some clips and some images and some video. Ooh, excuse me, some videos of Black Adam in action. So just the wait for that and then see it, it's like, yeah, it'll be worth it.
Yeah.
And I'm super excited to see Black Adam do some stuff.
Do you know if we're supposed to be getting Shazam back for this movie?
I don't think so.
He's not in the roster there.
Because I want to see more of him.
Well, we do have a Shazam 2.
I know.
Shazam 2 is coming
I know.
out.
Which I'm excited for. I liked one.
Yeah.
But
one
is
was
Black
great.
Adam going to be in that?
I don't know. There may
'Cause
be
that's what
some
I'm
type of
waiting for.
crossover, maybe some type of lead-in, post-credit scene.
That might be the point of Black Adam, to introduce him as a villain in the new Shazam.
Yeah, that
Right.
could be it too.
We're moving away from the Snyderverse. I mean, these are separate things from that universe, from the soft reboot that we've gotten
Yeah.
over the last couple of years. So, I mean, like, I think that's how they're going to introduce Adam into it. You don't have Shazam without Black Adam. And when I had watched the movie, I'm super happy with how they approached the new 52 version of Shazam, I was really bummed about Black Adam not existing in that movie, especially knowing that The Rock was going to be in it. We get that little bit of a silhouette at one point when they like do a breakaway and it's all CG and all that stuff, but we don't really see it. And it's like it's like the Joker, the Shazam. You just don't have that with the other, like Black Manta and Aquaman, right? Like, super hyped. After seeing the stills that had leaked, like I was on the fence, like I said, but like I'm gonna have to go with Josh, man. Hawkman looks dope.
Yeah, Hawkman does look good, especially with that image of Hawkman.
I actually didn't see it.
You didn't see the image of Hawkman, then you need to
just pulled up Dr. Fate.
Yeah, no, but I figured you guys would have had heard of this before.
I have not.
Now,
I mean, this is all kind of news to me.
Because you guys are more of a DC fans than I am, so I figured you guys knew these things. And to be honest, I am very disappointed that
I don't do
That's
research.
him?
Yeah, that
looks
that
cool.
is him. That is Aldress Hodge as Hawkman.
Now I will say
Looks
I
good.
dig it.
that CG and digital art has gotten very good. So if these aren't fakes and these are crafted graphic arts,
No, these are the real deal.
It's pretty legit.
These are the real deal.
yeah. So we're calling it.
No, it's not a leak. No, they're not leaks.
Yeah, okay.
They're like they're actually promos.
Okay.
So yeah, these aren't leaks. These are promos.
This is actually in the movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, this might be like the from the Justice. This is actually on the Black Adam movies Twitter.
Because I can.
So
Okay, that's fair.
So yeah, some of these are like. There's also like a little trailer. It's also no sound.
I can understand Dr. Fate being in a Black Adam story. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Hawkman, that brings curiosity into it.
Well, they're also.
Adam-
It seems that they're
Adam
also trying to introduce the Justice Society.
Okay.
So I think that's what it is. They're trying to bring those together as well.
The good old JSA.
Yeah, the JSA, along with again, the Flash movie, the Batman movie, and the Aquaman movie. So DC is going to be coming out with some bangers this year.
But does Gal Gadot reprise her role of Wonder Woman?
First, again, I think we had this issue the last time. If you're going to pronounce her name correctly, it's Gal Gadot.
Gal Gadot.
It's Gal Gadot. Pronounce it correctly, you heathen.
Even Gadot would be acceptable.
No, it's not. No,
I mean,
it's not.
at least
The
that's
owner of
how
the water
it's spelled.
company. Fuji.
What?
Kevin Fuji.
Oh God, you're definitely one of those people who butchers everything's name ever.
At first, I thought it was Kevin Feige.
Kevin Feige.
When I first saw it and never heard it, I thought it was Feige.
What are you talking about? Chris Evans. It's the best Captain America we've ever gotten.
Chris Evans, yes.
Even Stevens. Evans.
You know what? You can leave now. Once again, fix my rug.
Once again, get a better rug.
Yeah, man.
Do
A
that
rug
shit
that
down.
doesn't get...
I cannot wait until we move our location for our podcast.
Which we're doing in the future.
Yeah.
We're going to get a dungeon.
It's a sex dungeon. It's my sex dungeon.
It's his dungeon. He owns up to it.
And the only people that are in it is me. I'm my own slave in my own sex dungeon. But moving on to other things that are coming up in the future, we're going to go from the other side, from DC to Disney. May 25th.
Everyone knows.
Wabba Quabba Nobi. Obi-Wan Kenobi
The one
comes to Disney Plus for its series. And we have our man, Ewan McGregor, reprising his role as the famous Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Hayden Christensen coming back as Darth Vader.
As Mannequin Skywalker.
Excited. Are we excited?
Yes,
of course we
very.
all are. That's not even a question.
For the show, yes. For Hayden Christensen
That's
as
beside,
Darth Vader.
we don't even need to go there. We're just talking about the show.
No, but that kind of gets me sad. I don't want to see him come back.
Well, other than that, because I'm pretty sure most of us can agree with that.
So, I mean, by not wanting Hayden Christensen to come into the show, Are you saying you're not excited about Obi-Wan?
Oh, I'm excited about Obi-Wan, but I'm not excited about Darth Vader or like him being on screen at all.
Well, that's not the question. The question is, how excited are you for the show, and what do you feel about the show?
Well,
I don't
I'm
care.
saying that's holding me back from being the most excited I could be.
Okay. So, lukewarm. He's lukewarm.
I'm lukewarm.
Okay.
Okay.
And we heard why. So, Josh,
Yeah.
how do you feel?
Me, I am still excited for it, regardless of hate, because this was 20 years ago. Like, Star Wars, that 10, 15 years ago that came out. Like, a long time ago. People get better. The Rock was a shitty actor when he came out in Doom and Scorpion King. Like, I'm not going to hold you to it. He was a shitty actor. Now, he's one of the highest paid actors in cinema. So,
He has points.
time fixes everything. So I'm not going to sit here. Yeah, even though we just recently watched Star Wars Episode 2 last night, and we had to see that atrocity, I hate sand line, even though as bad as that was, everybody can be redeemed. So I'm willing to give it a shot. I am excited because, again, the GOAT, Obi-Wan Kenobi, is going to be in the movie or show, and I like to see that. I'm excited to see that, especially with all the things that he's gone through in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
I'm also wondering, like, when this takes place, because if it's Darth Vader, this has to be around that time where, you know, Vader was Vader and before, you know, blew up Aldress and all that other good
I think
stuff.
I know when it takes place. I'm pretty sure Luke is like a little boy right now. He's a little kid. And I think we're going to get maybe not the same things that we saw in Star Wars Rebels for the brief time that Obi-Wan was in it, but I think it's that time period, like where he was at that point. I feel like it might follow like the death of Darth Maul after Obi-Wan had killed him trying to protect Luke, and that could be what the story's about, honestly, because he's there on Tatooine to protect him, make sure he's fine.
Yeah.
That could be what we're seeing.
What do you think about what do you think about the show Fireball in his face?
Well, as far as Darth Vader goes,
Here we go.
I'm actually not going to agree with you guys. I'm not a fan of Hayden Christensen as an actor, but Darth Vader is such an iconic character, and since Hayden is now attached to that character, I'm just excited to see him because he's Darth Vader.
Yeah.
I'm geeked that Vader's going to be on screen again. I'm also a huge fan of Obi-Wan. He's one of my favorite Jedis of all time. I think he's amazing. I think with the shows that we've gotten recently with the Boba Fett and the Mandalorian and all that, I cannot wait to see what they do with this one because we're finally going to get some Jedi action.
Mm-hmm. Some lightsaber battles.
Some lightsaber battles and shit. So I'm more hyped about this show than I have been any of the others so far.
Really?
Yeah, any of the other like Star Wars shows.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, I think it's going to be great. This is the one I've been waiting for. I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's get some Obi-Wan and Anakin going.
They've been rumoring this for a couple years as well. Jake, what do you think about it?
My whole loving for Star Wars came from the dogfights that exist in space battles.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the stuff that happens on the ground and, like, 90% of the movie, like, I am, like, tuned out. Because it's not a TIE fighter on X-Wing, like, I don't care. But, it's cool that I did get a chance to watch the Obi-Wan trailer after you told me about it coming out. I'm excited about it. Book of Boba Fett has turned me into a believer from what I have watched to the point that I have watched. Like, Disney's doing a little bit more with it than I gave them credit for.
Wait, you didn't finish Boba Fett?
I have not finished
Well,
Boba
it
Fett.
sucks for you
We're
because
gonna
you're going to get
spoil
spoiled
it.
today.
That's fine.
But continue.
But I think it's cool. Like, I would have in the past have said, you know, like, we all know the story of Darth Vader. We don't need these fill-ins and plot points. I really don't need something about Obi-Wan and Anakin in between episode 3 and 4. Like, you know, but, I mean, what they've been doing has been kind of interesting to sit down and watch and kind of fill the time with. Like, I'm not completely emotionally invested into it, but it does capture my attention.
What's some cool things is with what Disney did when they brought back a lot of like characters, especially like James Earl Jones when they brought back him for the live action Lion King. There's no telling that they could bring him back again.
Yeah.
To do the voice for Darth Vader because he's still alive and kicking.
And
it
that
could
would
just
be
be Anakin. It could just be Hayden Christensen actually wearing the suit. There may even be flashbacks to with Obi-Wan and Anakin
Well,
But who knows? I mean, there's still opportunities of.
I mean, it's always been his voice, right? I mean, 4, 5, and 6, it was some Swedish dude who was like 7'2".
Yeah.
Like.
Yeah.
So I mean, that was the actual actor doing the movement in the suit. So, who cares? Bring back James Earl Jones.
Yeah, let's do it. As long as he's still around, let's utilize him.
Bring back James Earl. Petition. We're putting out a petition now. Bring back James Earl Jones. If not, I'll do the voice of James Earl Jones. Doing the voice of Vader. Shut up.
Continuity. You gotta keep it. Like,
yeah.
I've gone back and forth like with Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
Not a big fan of the concept of having him be in the suit and Disney CGI and then like do the Isaac Hay thing with South Park where they take like audio that he said and like have him do new sentences. But I mean,
that was for a joke. Like that was literally to make him seem robotic. That was for a purpose.
Well, I understand, but I mean,
I don't think they'll do that.
Disney's,
at least I hope not.
Disney's done that with Princess Leia. They've done it with other characters in the Star Wars universe where they brought him back in CGI and they've used his voice and repurposed it for other projects. Like, I mean, James Earl Jones, whenever he does pass, which hopefully is a long time away.
Why would you say that?
I said hopefully a long time away.
Not going. You know what? You don't even need to finish your thought because somebody from
Betty
Brazil.
White died, and I am still sad. She was America's grandma.
We have
regardless of who you are.
We have a first-time chatter asking what we think about the Book of Fett and the Clint Eastwood scene. Greetings from Brazil. We are actually going to be getting into the Book of Boba Fett a little bit later, so that way we don't do any spoilers too soon. We'll get into the Book of Boba Fett. I personally thought it was amazing, though. Book of Boba Fett.
I did too.
It made up for itself.
It was like a snowball going down a mountain for real. Like, it started really slow, but the end.
Yeah.
By the end, it was worth watching the whole thing.
So what are some things that we think we can expect potentially in the Book of Boba Fett? Or some things that we...
You mean
not
Obi-Wan?
Obi-Wan, yeah. What are some things that we can probably look forward to or hope to see in some of these future episodes?
Lightsabers.
Well, obviously. Who would our villain
I think we're going to see some Inquisitors.
Yes.
Because this is a time where the Inquisitors were hunting Jedis, the remaining Jedi.
Yeah.
And Obi-Wan happens to be one.
Yeah.
And that would also explain why he went into hiding and became Ben Kenobi to hide from them.
Oh, yeah. That could be a very good...
That would make sense.
That would be a good one.
It's got to be some sort of Sith. Because there's got to be lightsaber battles. If Obi-Wan is in it, he's got to be clashing with someone.
Yeah, he ain't going to be fighting a bunch of clone troopers.
Obviously,
I hope not.
Darth Vader, probably at some point. But nothing's going to come of that. But if we get some Inquisitors that we've never seen or something, they could die. They could, I think that's the route that they're probably going to go.
I'm really hoping. I mean, it's a long shot because we got this, and I think it was either Rebels or Clone Wars. Darth Maul.
Both.
Yeah,
he was in Clone Wars and Rebels. Rebels was his resting place.
Because of one and only Obi-Wan Kenobi. It would just be nice to see to have him come back because everyone knows that he's already alive from the Phantom Menace. So it would be nice to have. Just maybe one scene or one little fight between the two of them, go at it again. That would just be nice, but I don't think we'll ever see that because we got that in Rebels.
Yeah.
What about you, Fireball? What are some things that you would like to see?
Well, definitely, like I said, lightsabers for sure. Lots of Force work. To be dead honest, I just want lots of good Jedi action. I want to see rocks being thrown using the Force. I want to see some jets being lifted and some TIE fighters being crushed like in the Force Unleashed. And I just want to see some crazy Jedi shit. Show me some Jedi shit.
Jedi shit.
It's been all blasters and all the Wild West, like our new friend said. And, it's been all Western-y and blasters. And screw that. Give me lightsabers and Force.
I'm with that.
I want it.
I'm with that.
All the way back to episode 3 where they did the whole train scene that we had talked about, going back to Lawrence of Arabia.
Mm-hmm.
That was literally almost a shot-for-shot remake.
Yeah.
With Star Wars from a classic movie. I when I saw that, I was like, this is the coolest shit ever. I'm so excited. I love Western movies. And I love Western movies because of the plot and the lore.
Mm-hmm.
The action stuff's cool. Don't get me wrong. But give me that sweet, sweet Star Wars plot. Give me something Give me something to like want to come back and keep watching. I know a lot of people didn't like that about Boba Fett because it wasn't all shooty, pow, explosions. You know, stuff exploding in the background and buildings crumbling. Like, but the world that they built in a time and period where I think I talked to you, Josh. It's like, well, who the hell ever in their life was like, I wonder what's going on in Tatooine when Luke Skywalker's operating an X-Wing blowing up a the Death Star. Like, you know, nobody asked that question.
Not a single person.
And if you did, you're lying.
Some other things that we have to look forward to this year for Star Wars, at least rumor. I don't know if this has been announced yet, but that is supposed to be coming out this year. But again, if you haven't seen the Book of Boba Fett, we'll get into it again. We'll get into it next, but we do kind of get a teaser for Mandalorian Season 3.
Yeah.
Which
I can't wait for.
I cannot wait for because of how they ended Boba Fett. It tugged at the heartstrings.
It did.
It tugged at the heartstrings. So we know it's gonna be Din and Grogu again. What do you think we could see? What do you think we would expect? Do you think we expect some more like buddy stuff like we did in the first couple seasons? But now that they're together, it's probably a little bit more hardcore because he's got that training. What do we think we could see? What do you think we could see from Mando Season 3?
Definitely Grogu doing more. I think he's going to continue to grow and use the Force more. He's probably going to get more like confident with his abilities, so there's not going to really be any more of that, oh my god, Grogu, he's about to do it, he's about to do the Force thing. I think it's just going to be a natural like instinct for him. He could even end up with a lightsaber, maybe, at some point.
I mean, he is strong on the Force. He can craft one, probably.
Or maybe Mando has the dark saber, and he is a Mandalorian foundling. He could potentially slide that over Grogu's way.
Hold on to this.
It might be a little big for Grogu. Even full grown, that sword would be too big for him to wield.
Maybe.
Because Yoder's lightsaber is about his
miniature.
Yeah, he's got a miniature.
It's about yay big. It's like a light knife.
It's a light dagger. Fireball.
Yeah.
What would you think? What would you like to see in Mando 3?
In Mando, I think what I would like to see and what we're probably going to see is basically what you said. We're not going to see Grogu trying. We're going to see Grogu doing.
Yeah.
There is no try, only do. You know, and I think that's what we're going to see. And I think between Mando and Grogu, it's not going to be this, oh, I miss my little boy. And now it's going to be more like a team-up, a partnership. Yeah. Two badasses waxing ass in the galaxy, and I'm ready to see it. I think that's what we're going to... It'll probably even take place further into the future, so Grogu might be a little bigger.
It might be. It
might be fully capable of speech at this point. Things like that.
See, if they go into speech without actually giving us his first word, I'm going to be pissed.
Oh, you want Grogu's first word?
See, that's what I'm expecting in the new season of Mandalorian 3 is... Poor Ranger, he's over here crying.
Grogu is Josh's own personal child.
Yes.
No. What I would like to see in Mando 3 would be Grogu speaking his first word.
What would you want it to be? What's his first word?
I'm not gonna lie, probably Daddy.
Talking to Mando?
Talking to Mando. Because he's kind of looking at... Because I kind of feel like they have that father-son bond.
They do.
So I think that would be really, really interesting.
I want his first word to be Bantha fodder.
Oh, he has a question. So I got a friend has a question from Brazil. Do we know when the Ahsoka Tano series will release?
That I want to see.
I didn't even know that there was one.
There's supposed to be one.
I have a theory on what that show is going to be.
Well, hold on to that because we didn't get a chance to hear from Jake's thought on this. On what he would like to see.
But we got to answer that.
Yeah, we have to answer this.
More of what Jon Favreau is doing.
Yes. All of yes.
All of yes.
Yeah.
I had to go back and double check and make sure that he wrote The Mandalorian.
He did.
But yes, I 100% like whatever John's doing. I'm interested in seeing what he's going to do. I know streaming series don't really last outside of the 3 to 4 season mark. So what you guys are saying with all the action and what Grogu's going to do, realistically, that's what we're going to see.
Yeah.
Because we just don't. No, it's not. I would love The Mandalorian to be a 13 season thing, but I don't want to watch 13 seasons of Star Wars. Nope.
Yeah.
I don't think anybody does.
You'd be surprised. I mean, we've watched how many episodes of the Star Wars movies have there been? I'm pretty sure there'll be fans who would willing to do it.
I'm sure.
And also,
as long as it's making money, they're gonna make it.
I'd probably be one.
I honestly, with the way things are going, I haven't been that big of a Star Wars fan, which is why I'm going back and rewatching the movies because of the shows. I'm actually getting hooked into them, and I'm starting to enjoy the lore. So I'm going into watching movies, trying to get into it a little bit. So I personally would probably even like seeing it, especially the way that the Mando and the Book of Boba Fett, Mando season 2.5 finished. I'm digging it, and I think that could be a good thing for the future.
I'm curious to hear about this thing that our friend from
Yeah,
Brazil
Ahsoka.
was
Yeah,
asking
Ahsoka
about,
Tano.
so-
Thank you for bringing that up, friend.
Julian said you had an idea about what it would be. I'm interested in hearing what you
So-
can think this series would be.
So the way that Star Wars Rebels ended was Sabine Wren and Ahsoka Tano talking about Ezra and how he left after Kanan died and everything, and they were gonna go find him.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure that's
That
what the
would
show
make
is gonna be.
perfect
I
sense.
think they're gonna go try to find Ezra, and then once they do, like I don't really know what they would do, but now Luke isn't training anybody or anything.
Well,
and
Luke
he's
is
only
getting
a
ready
Jedi
to train
Knight.
Ben Kenobi. Or,
Huh?
I'm sorry, Ben Solo. He's getting ready to train Kylo Ren. That's what that temple's being built for.
He's not even born yet.
Yeah, but that's what that temple's being built for. In the future, that's who's
Yeah.
going to be training there.
That is
Maybe
what it was.
Ezra could too.
That
Like,
would be
you,
cool.
You
If
never
there's,
know.
but
He's not
but
a master
Ben,
yet.
Ben is Luke's first student in that temple. That's
Oh,
already confirmed in the
that's
lore.
like lore. Okay.
Yeah. So
Well, whatever the case being is, that made no sense. Whatever they end up doing, Ezra will probably be involved, and they will probably go try to find
it would
him.
be cool to see a live action Ezra.
And Sabine, for
And
that
Sabine,
matter.
yeah, true.
And, yeah, I mean,
You're
with all the
questioning
Mandalorians.
a space opera that was written before you were born,
Before I was born,
not making sense. Out of all the things that have happened, and you have witnessed that thing, doesn't make sense.
No, what I said didn't make sense the way I worded it.
Yeah, that's what he
I
was talking about.
misunderstood.
Yeah.
I was like, you're hung up on this aspect. Like, Julian.
No, I wasn't wording correctly.
And we appreciate
Words
you
are
being
hard.
here. Thank you.
They are.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
But not for nerds.
well, you can't
'Cause this
pronounce
is
the
nerd
name.
word.
This is the nerd word.
Perseog. I don't want to say it improperly. If it's-
Probably Perseog. If you can spell that out for us, tell us how it's pronounced. That would be great. But yes, thank you for being here.
Yes.
I read
Um,
Purse Ego. Am I?
This is
Oh,
why
yeah,
it doesn't
just-
matter.
Yeah,
So,
we want to make sure we get it right.
We do. But we don't want to spend so much time hanging up on it. But, so we talked about Perseo. That's how you pronounce. So Perseo.
It
Okay,
sounds like
cool.
a Star Wars character.
Yeah, it actually
It
does.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay, fair enough.
That's cool.
So going from Ahsoka Tano and Mandalorian season 3, let's move to Mandalorian season 2.5, also known as the Book of Boba Fett.
And
We're gonna-
spoilers coming if you haven't seen it.
Spoilers
Sorry,
alert.
Jake.
Yep.
Jake.
Spoilers. 3,
La, la,
Earmuffs.
la, la.
3, 2, 1. You
You
have been warned.
You've been warned.
Okay.
I can't do anything about it.
So, Book of Boba Fett. My personal opinion, it started off really, the first 3 or 4 episodes were no, actually the first episode, it started off strong. Like, really good. It
Yeah.
started off strong. Got me into it, got me wanting more. 2, 3, and 4, they were kind of weak, but then once they brought back Mando, it was a different show.
The last
Period.
3 episodes.
The last 3 episodes hit home.
Some of the
Like,
best
they were-
stuff I've seen in
Oh
Star Wars.
yes,
Mhm.
so good. I'm sorry, Jake. You're gonna have to go back and watch it. You're just gonna miss that. Where did you
Well,
leave off?
no,
Where
I
did you
mean,
leave off?
Yeah, where are you?
I left off at like about halfway into 4. But I think that's interesting that the Mandalorian reappears, and that's what everybody's got everyone hyped. So that brings to my point when we were talking about Boba Fett way back when. Like, no one gave a shit about Boba Fett. People care about the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Like, and like I talked about, one of the challenges with Boba Fett is like, how are you gonna do something about a character? Like, there's been 2 questions that were asked in the history of Star Wars when I was growing up as a kid. Was, did Boba Fett escape the Sarlacc pit? And if he did, what happens to Boba Fett? Right? And it's
Questions
like,
answered.
and those were answered in 1 through 3. It's
Well-
boring. Like, no one cares.
Well, I think the
Yeah.
first one was where it was like, oh, that's how he escaped. But I already
Right.
think that through books and novels and comic books prior to the Book of Boba Fett, he had already escaped.
Yeah.
So I think people who actually like read more than or saw more than just the movies,
right.
they knew
aware
like,
of
oh
it.
yeah, Boba Fett's, that's why that they were his favorite character, because he was such a badass prior to the Book of Boba Fett. So they would have known. People like me who just watched the movies who just been like, well, he did, and that's it. Until, the Book of Boba Fett, where it's like, oh, that's how he got out.
Oh, Boba Fett was a badass in the original trilogy. Like,
He was more badass than he is now.
it's just that imposing force of Boba Fett. Like, you have all the stormtroopers that get wasted, that they're like, oh man, the stormtroopers are like Navy Team SEAL 6,
That are shooting blindfolded.
Right. Like, there's all this plot armor that exists in the movie, but Boba Fett's a fucking threat.
Yeah. He's always been some type of a threat, even though
So, I mean,
he's still kind of...
hearing that Mandalorian's in it, I need to go back and obviously get back into it. Peacemaker's been taking up my time, but that's the conversation for another time.
Peacemaker's amazing. We'll probably talk about that next week.
Yeah,
next week is the season finale.
Right.
So, yes, but those last 3 episodes of the Book of Boba Fett were literally the greatest bit of Star Wars cinema I personally have ever seen.
Fully agreed.
And it was the way that they had the way that they set it up. The first episode, or episode 5?
Yeah,
5. They brought in the Mando, introduced the Mando, and they set it up for 6, which was Grogu. Grogu and Luke was pretty much the entire episode 6. And then episode 7, they brought it all back together between Mando and Grogu and Boba.
That was my fault. I made you say it.
But the way that that climax, it even brought back the Rancor.
Yeah.
I forgot about the Rancor because
that was epic.
Yeah, at first we was talking hella shit about the Rancor, about like should never be a pet and all domicile, blah blah blah. That motherfucker came out swinging. I'm like, ah!
We've never seen this side of Rancors before. The only one we've seen was in a cage. I mean, granted, we saw him eat like 1 or 2 people. That's cool. But never before did we get to see him doing freaking parkour and tearing buildings up like Godzilla or a character from Rampage.
And destroying soldiers like they were nothing.
Oh, man.
And those giant droids with the force fields, like, the Rancor shows no remorse.
None. Especially against people who is not his owner, because even though the townspeople, the people of Freetown, which is now it's called, those people... we're still allies. That Rancor didn't give a fuck. If you're not Boba Fett, you're gonna probably die. which was really cool, because usually whenever you see like the main character and he has some type of animal or some type of non-human ally, it's just like knows that all these other people are with me. But nah, that Rancor was still ruthless, and I think it redeemed itself in that episode.
It was pretty awesome.
I feel like because I was talking so much shit about this show up until 4, and I feel like 3 did redeem, or that final episode did redeem the entire show.
Yes, it did.
It really did. As much as I don't want to, you guys hear it here first. Those last 3 episodes redeemed the entire show of the Book of Boba Fett. Yes, Julian, thoughts?
I really like how ruthless Boba Fett's squad is. Like, in the first few episodes, I was like, alright, Boba's kind of an old man, he's getting thrown around by a Wookiee and stuff. But seeing his squad come together, and it's Mando and Fennec Shand and Santan and all them, they're such heavy hitters that I don't care that Boba is...
his squad.
Not what he used to be.
He's allowed to just go ahead and step up and be a leader while his squad takes over as the badasses now.
Yeah.
Because his squad is dope. Fennec's dope.
That last episode made me a big Fennec Shand
She showed
fan.
what she's really about.
She's
cold.
A gangster. She is an absolute G.
Are you disrespecting Wookiees?
Oh, no, this Wookiee's awesome. Santan.
I like him way more than Chewbacca.
I think
he's badass.
Yeah, I think I do
He's way
too.
cooler than Chewbacca ever was.
Tough motherfucker, dude.
Yeah,
I don't think I've seen Chewbacca take that many blaster rounds and still walk it off.
Well, if you
That's
know...
what Wookiees do, though.
But if you know the lore of Star Wars, you know how Chewbacca went out. You know what it took to take Chewbacca out, though,
Well,
right?
yeah. But
It took a planet. It literally took an entire planet thrown at Chewbacca to take out Chewbacca.
Nah, you don't mess with the Wookiees, man. Like, I think in, like, episode 2, they introduced, who was it? That was
Tarful?
Yeah.
Tarful.
Bubba was like, I'm not messing with that. And it's like, nah, I wouldn't either, man. Like, good on you. Stay alive. You're human. That's not.
Yeah, I really like it. Fireball, what did you think about the Book of Boba Fett? How was your thoughts, ratings, and stuff? I want to hear it.
From 1 to 4, it was like, all right. Every episode, I said the same thing. They better do something quick to get me, or I'm dropping off.
Yeah.
In the next episode, they better do something, man. I'm losing interest. And then the next one, it's like, then finally we got to 5, and I'm like, redemption found. And then we started watching from 5 to 7, and I'm like, okay, this show was totally worth it altogether.
Especially with all the callbacks from Mando, especially my boy Oliphant.
Oh yeah,
Tim
Timothy Oliphant.
Yes, Marshall.
Marshall Vanth?
Cobb Vanth, I liked his role. He was a good character. Now, I will say that there was a lot of Western stuff in there, which I thought was kind of cool. You know, I thought it was cool to see that whole Western feel and change it up a little bit, but that was enough.
Yeah.
Star Wars is different to me. I don't want to watch a Western in space. I want to watch Star Wars. Show me some Star Wars.
I totally get that. And we could obviously probably hear Riley back there throwing in his 2 cents about Star Wars.
No, he wants to talk about it, but he's just a dog.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
He said he's particularly fond of the Wookiees.
Yeah, because he can, he looks like a Wookiee, like a miniature Wookiee. So,
but all in all, great show. I loved it. On to Jake.
Well, like Jake hasn't. From what have you seen so far?
What I've seen so far, I like the fact that it's a Western. Star Wars as a whole came from the 7th Ronin, right?
Mm-hmm.
Old Japanese movies. That in itself was built into how the Westerns work and things like that. So, I mean, like, I like what Robert Rodriguez did in the first couple of episodes. I don't think he directed all of them.
He definitely directed that last episode.
So
that last episode was
magnificent.
Do a little bit more research into it if we ever go back to talking about Boba Fett or through text message. But like, I did what he did. Like I said, I'm all about that story building and everything else that comes with it. Like, give me some slow stuff, man. Game of Thrones, right?
Yeah.
That is a slow burn of a series. Like, but the stuff that exists in there, it works. It's not people cutting each other up and characters dying, but like, you're invested in those politics, like Lord of the Rings, right? Like,
Boo.
I love Lord of the Rings. Let's not debate that.
No, we're gonna debate it. Lord of the Rings sucks.
I like what they did with it. I like how they built this entire world that went into it. Because obviously Boba Fett just walking around sun-parched Tatooine in wide shots, which would look absolutely beautiful.
Digging for water.
For an hour would be really boring.
Yeah,
absolutely. You're bored with what happened in episode 1 through 3. Like, realistically, what would have happened with Boba Fett would have been, like, very boring.
Yeah. No one would read. No one. If you actually had a book of Boba Fett, you wouldn't get past the first chapter.
Left foot, right foot, left foot, right foot.
Yeah, that's pretty much how I would feel if I were to have to read something like that.
Nobody yet mentioned, while talking about all these Western elements, we haven't even brought up the biggest tie-in that I think we got out of this show.
Good old Cad Bane.
Bane.
Yeah.
Cad Bane was awesome, dude. He was so cool in this. Very intimidating.
You didn't know, did you?
For those who didn't know, it doesn't matter what he doesn't know.
It's already spoiled.
We did warn you.
I was warned.
For those who don't know, you want to explain who Cad Bane is.
Yeah, tell them
Cad Bane is a ruthless bounty hunter. Like, so savage. And I love that. You know what? I'm gonna respect Jake. I'm not gonna go too deep into it.
It's too late.
I already know it. I'm gonna end up looking it up on the internet. The internet's gonna ruin it for me.
It already has.
Let it fly.
Josh ruined it for me.
I think we got a pretty satisfying conclusion to a very great character that we once had. You know, like.
Well,
Boba
now
Fett
it's
killed
ruined,
Cad
I'm
Bane.
not gonna watch it.
Boba Fett.
I don't
did
think
that.
he should have went out like that.
Really?
I don't think that should have happened. I would have loved to have seen more Cad Bane.
Okay, but who better to do him in than Boba?
I mean, yeah, you know, obviously.
Very
It was
If
justified.
anyone's
kinda
going to take him out,
symbolic.
it should be Boba. And I guess they had to do it in the show before he got old and died.
But I really liked it though because Cad Bane is such a ruthless bounty hunter, and to have him be taken out by this other bounty hunter who I'm thinking like in the first 3 episodes or whatever, this dude's soft, he's old, whatever.
He's old, he's decrepit.
For him to be the one to kill this savage dude, like that kind of puts him up now. Like, all right, I'm the real ruthless bounty hunter.
Well, technically, he's
and-
no longer even a bounty hunter.
Yeah, technically.
Fair
now
point.
he's just a
Fair point.
he's a-
protector.
He's a
daimyo.
A daimyo.
Yeah,
Yeah,
daimyo.
of Tatooine.
But
But,
Cad Bane and Boba Fett actually have a long history together.
Yeah.
And a lot of people don't know it because it's mostly from the Rebels and Clone Wars and comic books and things like that outside of the movies and the shows. So a lot of people don't know that they have a lot of history together. So for that to go down the way it did was pretty cool. You got to give that credit because he finally ended a legacy.
And I loved like the classic like standoffs. Like anytime Cad Bane was staring someone down, like you knew. And for the most part, he was completely successful in every standoff except for the one where they were actually like going toe to toe and like up close and personal.
In which Boba got the best of him.
Mm-hmm.
But speaking of combat, I have to say that final episode, shootout, fight scene, whatever you want to call it, is probably the longest
Yeah.
Star Wars battle I have ever seen
On screen. Yeah.
on screen. Like, that was literally half the episode. The episodes were like 40 minutes, something like that. That was probably a good 20 minutes in itself. 25.
It seems like it was a chunk of the episode.
It was a long, and boy, it was epic. It was great. It was beautiful, well deserved.
It was good.
Great ending to a decent series, which led into Mandalorian season 3, which is also going to be, I feel, epic. Hopefully, it's not the end, but we'll never know.
I don't think it will be. I think these characters are too beloved now.
Yeah.
Like Baby Yoda, as people call him, he's become such a big face in terms of like merchandising for Star Wars and all of that. This isn't a characters that are just gonna like
Right, they're not just going to disappear.
nah.
They're going to be iconic just as Luke Skywalker.
Right.
And Yoda is.
They're going to be famous for 50 years. Our great-grandchildren will be wearing shirts with these characters on them.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
just as we wear the same shirts with the older characters on them.
And it kind of helps that Grogu is the third of that species that we've ever seen in Star Wars. So I think that gets people more like curious about him and stuff. He's not.
We
going
need some
anywhere.
lore on that species. Like we need, but the species doesn't even have a name yet. No one knows the name of that species.
Really?
Yeah, it's never been discussed ever, not once.
And it won't be probably.
We're gonna be in nursing homes, and his grandkids aren't gonna know who Luke Skywalker is.
Yeah.
Huh?
Huh?
Huh? Huh?
Honey,
What
we're
is
gonna
it?
be. Us three are gonna be in a nursing home, and his grandkids aren't gonna know.
I
who
heard
Luke
what you
Skywalker
said.
is. Yeah.
I
We're
heard.
going to be in a nursing home still doing this podcast, so I don't
Wait,
want to hear
Well,
that.
we'll be
This
in
is
the
my
me and you will
grandkids,
be in the
though.
nursing home.
I'll
Fireball
be
will be in the
dead.
coffin.
Yeah, I'm not. I'll be underground. I'm not going to make it that long.
We'll freeze him in some carbonite. It'll be fine.
And I will
Carbonite.
be in a deep depression.
Wow. So, anyways, on our next topic, great segue point.
Nursing
that
homes.
is actually the conclusion of this episode of Nerd Words. There are a couple of things that have been missed because we didn't have a pop quiz today, which
Oh, we
Yeah,
didn't.
I
like
know.
pop
We'll have to
quizzes.
do
Those are
two
fun.
next week.
well, because I did not prepare for that one. That is my fault. I dropped the
fair.
ball on that one, but it's totally fine because we did have a lot of topics today. We had a lot of good things to talk about. And do we have any closing words, Jake?
Check out Atomic Heart. It's one of the, in terms of like video game trailers that I've ever watched that I've gotten hyped about. I am very stoked about what Atomic Heart is bringing to first-person shooter.
Yeah, she sent me that
FPS
link,
gaming.
and it looks really good. It does.
Like I don't have a PS5. Unfortunately, I'm not made of money. I can't just rip my finger off and hand it to somebody and get a PS5 on
What?
Facebook.
You can't?
So it's coming out on PS4. I'm gonna play it on PS4. It's gonna be fine. But I mean, it looks fantastic. It's a throwback to the old school Deus Ex Machina games from the early 2000s. There's a lot of incorporations, like we had talked about with BioShock.
Yeah, it looks like a little BioShock Deathloop to me.
Deathloop. It feels like a sci-fi, almost like almost Fallout. You could lump Fallout in with that.
Yeah.
So I mean, BioShock and Deathloop meet Fallout. That's what this game is. Well, at least from what I've seen, that's what it looks like. So I'm super stoked about that. Check out Atomic Heart.
Very excited.
Fireball, final words.
My final words, I just want to take a second to thank our new friend for joining us. I want to let you know what a pleasure it is to have you here, and everyone else that joins us regularly or has joined us today. I just want to say thank you to all of you guys. We really appreciate y'all being here.
We all do. We all appreciate you. Guymanbrodawg, final words.
There is a safe in my closet containing $1 million. The code is
Well, first of all, we know that's a load of bullshit, because if he had $1 million safe, he would not be here right this second.
Right.
No, we'd be in LA for the Bengals LA Super Bowl.
Yes, we would. That is my final words.
Already
My
right.
final words are 2 words, and it's simple: who and they. Who they, because the Bengals, I'm saying, are going to win the Super Bowl
Who
this
they?
weekend. Yes. Who they? It is.
Who they think they're going to beat them Bengals?
It ain't going to be the Rams.
who they?
Nobody.
They think they're going to beat them
No,
Bengals.
who they?
That's what I'm saying. Who they think they're going to beat them
You know
Bengals?
what? That
Win
is
is soon.
Thank you guys for joining this episode of Nerd Word. I am HaplessLuckett.
I am Guymanbrodawg.
And I'm your boy Fireball.
And you can follow me on Twitter at RealMattJones.
You guys have a good night. Bye.
Bye, everybody.